Modern investment on the current prison land would lead to job creation for Ugandan foreign exchange earnings, increase tax base, and would foster economic growth.
This is something which we should have done 20 years ago.
We have seen land being given away for these developments, and the developments do not happen. And so there is lack of trust.
Yes, hello. A few days back, the government through the Ministry of Internal Affairs came out and communicated to the entire public how they have a plan of transferring LUZIRA Prison to a new location.
Of LUZIRA Prison to create space for an investment opportunity to an external investor.
We all know that LUZIRA Prison was built in 1920s by the colonialists, and they gave out a reason that LUZIRA Prison can no longer hold its purpose. LUZIRA Prison, ladies and gentlemen, was built to take thousands of inmates, and as we speak right now, it is holding over tens of thousands of inmates. And this was the reason as to why they are planning to get another location for LUZIRA Prison so that they can pave way for the development of the land by constructing of a hotel. We all know that Uganda has a history of not fulfilling its promises. Uganda has a history of grabbing public land through these schemes of trying to transfer something to another destination. And in this episode, I've come to talk about why LUZIRA Prison should not be demolished or should not be given to a private investor for the redevelopment of a hotel, why I think it is a mistake for government to transfer this prison, but most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to.
The question of relocation of LUZIRA. This is something which we should have done 20 years ago.
Modern investment on the current prison land would lead to job creation for Ugandan foreign exchange earnings, increase tax base, and would foster economic growth.
First of all, the Minister of Internal Affairs came out and brought it to the attention of Parliament that they are planning to transfer LUZIRA Prison from where it is to Buikwe district, where a private investor was going to get land for him to build a hospital so that he can take the land which is now housing LUZIRA Prison. And for me, I think it is a scheme of those in government to grab land as they have always done. The reason I'm saying this, that this government, led by General Kaguta Museveni, has made it a duty of stealing land in a pretext of redeveloping it. And in this episode, I've come to give you various examples on where government has continued to fail on its promises when it comes to public land. Okay? First of all, I agree that LUZIRA Prison is over and over its capacity, because it takes in more inmates than it's supposed to take. But instead of transferring the prison, why is it then that the government cannot build another prison so that this prison can be left in the capital city for remand prisoners? Because the capital city cannot be not having a prison. Before I discuss that, I want to take you down the memory lane and why I think that it is not right for the government to transfer LUZIRA Prison. One, we all remember when we were going to host Chogam, that was 2007 if I'm not mistaken. Shimoni, a public school, was demolished to pave way so that a private investor can build a hotel on that land. There was a land that was given out as a compensation for the school. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, even up to now, the school which was demolished, they have never built a hotel there. In fact, those issues even came on the floor of parliament, and it came to be known that that land was shared among different individuals. Okay? Almost 15 years from the day when Shimon School was abolished, part of the land is still empty, and they are constructing other things other than the hotel. Before I proceed on this, let me first take you through Shimon Land.
The plots I'm going to show you are appropriated by the Parliament of Uganda, and we've had a lot of debate, both by Parliament but also by the public, on how the people who developed these pieces of land got it. So, the land which I'm going to start with is the land behind me, where Shimon School was demolished. Shimon School was a public school, and when we are going to have, I remember it was given out when we are going to receive the Queen of England in a program known as Chogam. They said that they were going to give out this land so that they can build a hotel which was going to house different delegates who are coming from outside. So let me try to take you and show you the pristines of this land. Come with me. If you clearly see the land that houses that tall building, it is where Shimon was. That tall building, it once housed a government school, and it was given to a private developer, which is not bad because we all need development. But the purpose for which it was given out was not fulfilled, because it is not a hotel that was built on that land. And even in Parliament, debate came out to say that after building that building there, Parliament decided that it was going to rent it by force. In fact, billions of money is paid by the Ugandan Parliament. Very many members of Parliament contested this, saying that the money which would have been used, they contested saying that the money which would have been used was enough to buy a fully furnished building around Kampala. So that is the building. I'm going to get near to it. I'm going to cross the road now. So it is that building there. Let me go close so that I see you, because I moved out today. I'll be doing such videos whenever I talk about a topic. I move out so that I can show you the real thing. I had to be conversant while crossing the road. So this is the whole plot of land, the one I'm traveling with. It goes up to there. I think these are how many acres. So where Shimon was, there is a building, and there are still other plots of land which were shared. And remember, people, government is trying again to serve another land. This is the same land. I think you can get another view. It is the same land. Very many people know there, know here. We are continuing. I think I'm nearing the gate, so I'm going to get for you some of the pics which are taking place in the country. That is the land. You can see there is a lot of construction going on. You see, a lot of construction going on. This land once housed Shimoni. It is a big land, you can see. All the other face from down up to, we are still moving, the yellow or red fence housed Shimoni. Shimon was a public school which was given out, and they promised that they are going to build another school which they never built. So they gave out this land to a private developer in times of Chogam. The purpose of this land was to house a hotel which was going to take care of the delegates, but the hotel never materialized. So the government itself fails on its delivery. You can see the building. I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm still moving. The government itself failed. Okay? That is the building. Which houses offices of members of parliament. And by the way, it was lobbied. See? Even construction is still taking place. So this is the first piece of land I'm touring for you guys to see. As I've already said, I'll be doing such videos. You know, sitting in a studio is very good, but sometimes you don't learn. I'll have to move out and I see. Sebo je baleko. Ekizimbe bakiyita batya? Okay. Neyanza. Yeah. I'd forgotten the name. I knew it, but I'd forgotten. The building is called Kingdom Kampala near Parliament. It is part of the land that housed Shimoni demonstration. So this is the first land government gave out to private developers, so that they are in a promise that they are going to build a hotel. Okay? And it's quite a very big piece of land. As you can see, I'm again approaching the gate. I will have a sneak peek inside so that you can see. Okay? Let me go slow so that you can see. See? It's quite a very good development, although it was not intended for such purpose. It is a good one. So it is a very big piece of land, starting from down where we've been up to this side. It was shared. So when the government comes out to say that it's going to also give out LUZIRA land in a pretext of building a hotel, leaders must come out and question. They must question, because every land that has been given out by parliament or by the administration, it has not fulfilled the intended purpose. So I'll be doing such documentaries. When I talk about something, I also give you a tour of it, so that you can have a real picture, so that you can get the real feel. Okay? And I think I'm going to end here. I've moved, so it's a very big piece of land. It is the same. I think here you can get a nice view. Kingdom Kampala.
So that is Shimoni land. I decided to go there physically so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay? Even the building which was built there, it was a must for Parliament of Uganda to rent offices there, which shows that that building has someone powerful behind it, because it was a must for Parliament to rent on that building. In fact, members of Parliament came out and said that Parliament will be spending almost 9 billion per year renting offices on that building. Yet even the period which Parliament is going to spend renting that building, if you add that money, they would have bought the building of its own. So you clearly see that there was a conflict of interest. There was someone behind that push. If I say the truth, the development which is on that land looks beautiful, although the way how that land was gotten is still in question, but the development is good. It has created job opportunities and others. But what pains me more, the land which was given to Shimoni as compensation, okay, it was shared by different individuals. They were given very many acres, but much of the land was taken by private individuals, which means there are very many people who got in these circles. There are very many people who got land, who sold land to other people in these circles of transferring the school. In fact, there is an investigation which was done by NTV, and it came to be known that actually the land which was given to Shimon Demonstration School was not fully given. It was taken over by scavengers within government. Here's the tape.
According to police, 3 months ago, a whistleblower claimed that a huge chunk of the land government bought to resettle the schools had been grabbed.
There were, of course, some abuses within the whole transaction, and there are many players that are involved surrounding the Ministry of Education officials, then the Contracts Committee.
From the main entrance to the school, the land appears expansive. But as you approach the edge, you notice that the college structures were constructed in what looks like a gully between a bush and private houses.
Simone ye nawuli etakiri nga bagamba yali ya government naye abana magezi basaako ne basalamu akaabo Simone magirekera ku kitundu nabo gino bajja ku ekitundu.
It is alleged that 15 acres out of the 40 that were acquired to construct Shimon Primary School were doled out to different officials from the Ministry of Education. However, when you look around the land that surrounds Shimon Primary School, most of it is privately owned. Now the questions that remain are, who sold the land to government and how much of it was left unutilized?
So you clearly see that Shimon Demonstration School, very many people, instead of going as per what they had planned, they used this opportunity to steal land of the school which was given. So you clearly see that we lost a public school in Kampala, but even where it was transferred, very many people got free land in these circles. Even up to now, if you ask very many people, Shimon used to be on the lips of very many people. Now, there are very few people who can still talk about Shimon Demonstration School. So whenever I hear the transfer of Luzia Prison, I cry for my country. There are very many scavengers who want to use this opportunity not only to grab the prime land in Luzira, but also to steal land where the prison is going to be relocated.
Why should the other person not build in Wikwe and leave the prison? But this is too prime. It's a place which should create jobs for our children and grandchildren.
2, there was a land, different land parcels which were given by Uganda Railways. But one of it was the land in Sambia. I was so specific in Sambia because I grew up in Chibuli, okay, and Kabalagala. So we used to play in Sambia. In Sambia used to house staff quarters of Uganda Railways. Now it houses various projects. There is a factory, a hotel mistil, and arena. Okay? Before I even talk about this, let me first take you through the Sambia land.
Yes, the next piece of land I'm about to show you is the Uganda Railway land. If you look behind me, that post you see there, I think let me first show it to you. The post you see there, it is a hotel. And all this chunk of land once housed, from where you see the flowers, those flowers I'm showing you, up to the other tall building, up to the other hotel, once housed staffs of the Uganda Railway. Plus Arena Mall, where you see that yellow building, the entire piece of land you see, this one which is empty up to the top, okay, it was all that land once housed the staff quarters of Uganda Railway. So this land was also given out to private individuals. From down where I'm coming from, all this land, because this is I think in Sambia, if I'm not mistaken. I'm a person born and raised in Kabalagala and Chibuli. So we used to come from Chibuli to this side because we normally had friends who came from this area and different people. And ladies and gentlemen, the land was given out. So when you see closely, you see factories and empty chunks of land. In front there where we are going, you can see they built Arena Mall. Let me show it to you. Arena Mall. That mall you are seeing. I think I'll give you a clear view of it. So this land was given out, and it was once for Uganda Railways. Okay? So for me, I think there is no problem by government giving out land to private investors, if indeed the intended purpose is going to give value for the land. But it turns out to be that most of these lands is taken by private individuals who cannot account for the actual reason as to why the land was given to them. You see, it is an empty land. Up to there you can see a hotel built. Although the hotel is very nice, Misty Hotel by the way is a very nice hotel. It gives jobs to very many individuals. But when time for accountability came, the proprietor said that he doesn't have a land title of that hotel. So where are we heading? We are heading to Arena Mall. As you can see, I'm getting near to it. I'm getting near to it. In fact, when Parliament sat, one of the members of Parliament came out to say that where Arena Mall is, a road was supposed to pass there. As you know, we can all see this road is still in the process of building. It is a big road. You see, bridges, it is still under construction. So a member of Parliament came out to say that where Arena Mall is was supposed to be a road. And since the owner of this mall is big in government, a road was diverted. I don't know how true is it. I don't know how true is it. So this is Arena Mall. It was once Uganda Railway. Even, by the way, Uganda Railway land had a lot of issues. It had a lot of issues. Okay? On the way how land was given. So from down here, from Arena Mall, up to the other side where I was, it was all Uganda Railway. I've just sampled out this land because it is near my home, and very many land which was owned by Uganda Railway was given out. Parliament sat, looked in this investigation, and different people got land which were not supposed to be gotten by them. Okay? That's the reason as to why I think people must come out and question, have a lot of question as to why even LUZIRA land is going to go this way. Yes, I'm entering Arena Mall. It's a very nice building by the way. It's a very good development because such structures are very good to our people. I think I'm allowed to film, eh? So I'm being checked right now by the fund. It's a very good development, a very nice building, which not only gives out employment opportunities to different people, but also it brings a new aura in the environment. Think I'm at Arena Mall right now. I said I will be doing, if I'm tackling some subject, I will be doing videos on the same. Okay? So this is Arena Mall. This is Arena Mall. Very nice building, there's no doubt. It's a very good development, which, as I said, people alleged, members of a certain member of Parliament that it was building a road. But if you ask me, my personal opinion, I'll tell you that this development it deserves to be here. Because there are not so many buildings which look like this. Look at that. Okay? Look at that. There are not so many buildings that look like this. So, if a person comes out to build this magnificent building, it is very good. Very good. However much it has very many questions. I think the only reason as to why our government is non-performing is they may have good ideas, but the way they implement it. Since there are a lot of things that would want to eat in doing a very good project, this arises. Because trust me, this is a very good building, but it brought a lot of debate that it was not cleared. I don't know how sure it is. It was said by a certain honorable member of parliament.
That is the video which shows the Sambia land. First of all, the way the land that hosts Mr. Hotel was gotten, Parliament got to know that a person who developed the land by building a hotel, Mr. Hotel, by the Mr. Hotel is also a good development. It created jobs, opportunities. It developed the land. That's the truth. But the way the land was gotten, it came as a result of compensating the investor, okay, on a certain land that government took over, and that investor was given a lease of 10 years. But after getting 10 years, he further graduated to getting 49 years, then she also got 99 years without paying premium. We all know that whenever you're going to negotiate your lease to add on more years, you must pay a certain amount of money to government. But the investor never paid this money. Okay?
MPs also questioned how she got Sambia land worth 69 billion as compensation for Nagulu land worth 1.5 billion.
The number of years for the lease were extended from the 10 years which is indicated within the court documents to now 99 years. There's a lot of discrepancy, and as to why this particular property was selected.
So I may not have a problem of the investor not paying that money if indeed it passed in due process, because sometimes if you're going to invest, there are some subsidies which can be given for an investor to do proper development. But the problem with it that it didn't follow the due process, because any investor must be given subsidies. Okay? Because some foreign investors are given free land, why not our local investor? But they must follow the due process. That was the only problem of how that land was gotten. In fact, the proprietor of the hotel was asked about the land title, and she came out to say that he lost the land title in fire.
At least you give us the documents, because we want to ascertain whether you are actually a true beneficiary.
The settlement?
Yes.
I had with the person.
Okay, kindly please pass it over. You give it to the clerk.
But one time downtown, we got fire at our place.
You got what?
Fire.
That raises a lot of questions. Okay? Two, when you look at Arena Mall is also a beautiful development. But a certain MP said that it was supposed to be a road reserve. I don't know how true is it. I really don't know how true is it. But it nevertheless is still a good development, because that land had staff quarters. But now we can see an industry, you can see a hotel, we can see an arena. There are not very many arenas in Uganda. So they developed it. However, there are very many questions on how these investors got the land.
Ugandans, that you are removing a prison to build a hotel is unprecedented. They are stealing land under the guise of building hotels, which is not correct. Secondly, go and look at what is that in Sambia. That land was their land. I was the vice chairman, Committee on Government Assurances. I know what happened, how that land was taken. Information is known that instructions, directives were given to 3 ministers of finance to transfer the title of their land to someone's name, to turn it into that shopping mall called the Arena. And even the road design was changed in interest of the owner of that property, who is the supreme of this country. Why? Because he wanted everybody to access that hotel, that shopping mall, with no problems of turning around. If it was a private developer, it wouldn't have been the cost. That's why we have spent a lot of money on that road. Go and take a clear look on it. Mr. Hotel. Is that an allegation you have proved? I'm saying Joseph Gonzaga. And this is where in DPS, go and also ask him, someone who is saying this, we meet together. You think I fear dying? I'm already 54.
Okay. 3, there was a land in Nakasero. And I don't have a video going there. I would have taken you there and showed you how they redeveloped the Nakasero land. But since that Nakasero land is in close proximity with the State House, and we all know that we have a petty government, a government that can jail people for opposing these views, and they are taken to court-martial for more than 2 years. If I go there and show you those videos, they may bring up charges, fake charges that I was snipping on State House. So I won't go there. But you all know what happened to Nakasero land. It had a lot of saga surrounding it. Okay? So my opinion is, why demolish a prison which is almost 80 years or 90 years? That prison must be, 1, left as a tourism site. 2, it must be left so that it can be used as a remand center. There's no capital city which doesn't have a prison. Government has a capacity of building another prison. A prison cannot take even 500 billion shillings. They have a capacity of building a new prison if indeed that prison is over exhausted. They must build a new prison so that that prison can be left for future reference, but also for future reference, but also to keep our history. Because this government cannot be trusted in that process. History tells us. So for me, I'm not in support of transferring LUZIRA prison. It would be the very biggest mistake in our country. Of course, that's my opinion. Drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that you can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.